For Coventry's Dean Pithey, the future looked bleak a few months back when Andrew Matabola became the second man to beat a one-time big hope.
And that certainly was not in the script. It has all gone horribly wrong.
Time for a rethink. A new trainer, Spencer Oliver, got to work on Pithey, bringing a fresh mental outlook, improved fitness and renewed confidence. And in front of his hometown supporters in July, Pithey got the chance for revenge on Matabola, and how he seized it. Last time out against Frank Kiwanuka, Pithey hammered out another quick victory. Confidence is restored. He is the WBC's international title holder, but he wants much more. He's been honing his fitness working with Coventry City's footballers, but tonight Pithey has the chance to be Coventry's #1 hero. Well, Pithey's been playing to full houses all this year. Tonight looks like being no exception. Live tonight, he is our top of the bill. It's Dean Pithey against the South African super featherweight champion, Mzonke Fana. We are at the Sports Connection in Coventry, where Pithey produced a superb victory last time out. Well, really exciting times for Pithey. Boxing in Coventry as a whole as well. They say there hasn't been a buzz around these parts since the early days of Errol Christie in the 1980s. It's buzzing again now. Pithey, yes, the big crowd puller, but his success has had a tremendous knock-on effect. Big crowds, getting here early again tonight, even ahead of the fighters. Pithey arriving with his new trainer, Spencer Oliver, who's played such a big part in his renaissance over the course of the year under the management of Charlie Magri. Exciting times for Pithey, certainly. Possible British title bid against Michael Gomez in the new year. A new promotional deal in the pipeline as well. It all makes great sense, but he does have to keep winning. So Pithey needing one more big win here tonight to make 1999 a year to remember and to set up some much bigger times in the year 2000. But he has to get the job done here. Fantastic crowd, great atmosphere. Barry Jones, the former WBO World Super Featherweight Champion, is with myself and Nicky Piper here. Later, a man causing a big stir in boxing in this country, and he's not even arrived yet. Mike Tyson is scheduled to appear in person at the end of January. Meantime, we now know his opponent, the British champion, Julius Francis.
There will be another story, and that story is going to start with Mike Tyson has been defeated by Julius Francis, the British heavyweight champion.
We all need our dreams, don't we? More on that one later on. First, Nicky, Dean Pithey. His reputation has not been entirely rescued. Is that correct? He needs this one tonight.
I would say so. He's a very exciting fighter. He's turned his form around the last year. With new training, and I think his fitness has really improved him, brought along a lot of confidence, but he really does, as you say, he needs a good, impressive win. He's starting to headline shows now and draw the crowds, and it's important for him.
Barry, you're hopefully going to get a shot at a world title again in the new year, but are you starting to look over your shoulder at the likes of Dean Pithey and also Michael Gomez that we saw in action at the weekend?
Yeah, yes, definitely. I think the super featherweight division at the moment is one of the most exciting in Britain. You've got Gomez, Gary Thornold still, you know, Charles Shepherd, and of course Dean Pithey. So yeah, you know, they are really on my tail.
More from the boys as we go tonight. We have 3 live fights in total for you. First up, live here, it's Coventry's new featherweight hope, Roy Rutherford, against Keith Jones. Now, Rutherford, the first time we've had the chance to take a good look at this fellow, 9 straight wins as a pro. He's done nothing wrong so far. Jones, like Barry and Nicky, a Welshman, but he looks to have a tougher assignment than just talking for a living tonight. Ian and Glenn are at ringside for us. And our master of ceremonies is John MacDonald.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to the Sports Connection here in Motor City, Coventry for tonight's Championship Boxing. Proudly presented by Ringside Promotions and sponsored here by Venus and the Daily Star. And a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live here on Sky Sports. You've joined us for the very best ringside seat in the business. All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control here present with us at ringside. Our steward in charge is Charles Giles. Our area representative is Alex Kirby. Inspectors Don Bartlett, Nigel Underwood, Les Potts and Trevor Williams. Our 3 doctors here at ringside, Dr. Chowdhury, Bagaruti and Dr. Santa. Our matchmaker from Skipton is Mr. Graham Lockwood. Here we go then, let's get the action underway in the featherweight division. Firstly, and introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the black trunks and weighed in at 9 stone and 7 pounds. He's taking part in his 40th professional contest. He's from Kevin Hengoyd in South Wales. Would you please welcome Keith Jones. And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the red and white trunks. He weighed in at 9 stone, 1 3/4 pounds, and comes to the ring undefeated. 9 contests, 9 wins, 3 inside the scheduled distance. He comes to the ring as the former ABA lightweight champion from Coventry, Rutherford. Timing the bell from Stoke is Norman Maddock, and referee in charge of the action is star referee John Keane of Wellingborough. This is 4 3-minute rounds.
Jones, right, you both know the rules. When I tell you to break, you both stop punching and step back. Is that understood? Shake hands, come out boxing.
So a chance here to see the emerging Coventry prospect, Roy Rutherford. He's the one in the striped trunks here. 9 out of 9 so far, only 3 by knockout. A former ABA champion in with Keith Jones, who in the past, about 14 months ago in fact, went the distance with the top of the bill fighter tonight, Coventry's Dean Pithie. So that shows a measure of durability on Jones's part. He doesn't win that often. Jones in the black trunks here. Rutherford, who's shown good skills so far in his career. Jones boxing out of the southpaw style, and this, remember, a rematch because Rutherford outpointed Jones over 6 rounds in Birmingham a year ago. It was a comprehensive win. So what will he be looking for here, do you think, Rutherford? He's going back over old ground.
He is. I'm sure he'd like to do it in better style than he did the first time out, but I think it's difficult with a fighter like Jones, who's, you know, quite durable, cagey, tries hard. You know, I think really at this stage it's just getting experience for Rutherford. He's just got to, you know, look to try and improve and do things better.
Light on his feet, looking for the left jab, Rutherford, who out of the ring is intelligent, well-spoken individual, studied business at a local college. A sharp little right hand which appeared to get through the middle of Jones's guard. Jones, who's managed by Di Gardner and trained by Gary Thomas. This is his 2nd fight in 11 days. And his 15th of 1999. Bank manager will be happy.
Well, Rutherford's very much on his toes. He's got a little light stance where he's bouncing around. I think he just needs to settle down a little bit, you know, put a little bit more weight on the knees, and he'll get more power in his punches.
Yep, only 3 knockout wins out of those 9 victories so far. Yes, he doesn't sit down on the punches, does he?
No, he's just up in the air a little bit too much. But he's still, you know, very inexperienced. Obviously has a measure of talent in the amateurs in the ABAs. He won in his first season, which obviously, you know, that's a remarkable feat.
Well, it speaks of a lot of natural ability, doesn't it, that?
Yes, it does.
Can he break down Jones here? Hard to get much through. Well, it was Rutherford's opening round, no question. Don Argerson working the corner. Yeah, when he won that ABA lightweight title you were talking about in 1995, it was only his 10th contest. That's incredible, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, that's such a good feat to do. You know, when you're so much a novice. I don't know how long he'd been in the gym before that, but you know, just with that amount of competition, it really is a tremendous achievement.
Well, before he turned to boxing, he was into the martial arts. It was a sort of the Pele Reed story a bit.
Yeah, I mean, that might explain how he's very light on his feet. He's got this bouncy stance, which you often see with the martial arts and the kickboxers, where they bounce a lot. He does that. So he just needs to learn just to settle down a bit.
Tommy Lynch inside the ropes with Don Argerson out of the ropes there in that corner for Roy Rutherford. Second round, the unbeaten Rutherford in the red and white striped trunks here. He's obviously going to be the sort who has to do things over the long route. Will need very, very good skills to go a long way without any real degree of power. Not very much landing at all from either of them here at the moment.
Now Jones is threatening with a lot, with little shouts and as he leaps in, but the punches are falling short. He needs to step in closer if he's going to get in range.
It's better that little right on the inside, the short punch from Rutherford. He could probably afford to take a few more liberties than he's doing with Jones. Is he showing him a bit too much respect, do you think, almost?
Well, he just seems a little bit nonchalant about the whole affair. He's just standing off and, you know, pitter-patter. You know, he needs to show certainly a large degree of aggression and step in with his punches.
Due to go 4 rounds, this, by the way, in the featherweight division. Jones does land with a right hand. A very rare success for him. Heads coming dangerously close together there. Jones was actually so dispirited with the way his career was going after losing 7 in a row. He retired, but came back and has been a little more successful. Rutherford needs to pick his punches, find some gaps. Not easy.
Well, he's certainly trying to be more aggressive and be a little busier, which he really needed to do.
One thing he doesn't have to worry about, Rutherford, is power from Jones. He's never floored anybody yet in 39 fights.
And that's why, you know, you wonder why he's given so much respect. He really needs to start being more aggressive.
Well, there's only one guy really scoring in there, and that's Rutherford. Jones is basically in survival mode, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Rutherford's doing pretty much as he likes. I'd like to see him be more aggressive because Jones isn't really landing with anything of any real note.
And Rutherford is winning, but it's not entirely convincing, is it?
No, you know, to be honest, it's not that impressive. You know, he needs to go through with his punches more, needs to be more aggressive. Maybe it's just because, you know, he's going over old ground and hasn't got the same motivation, but he certainly needs to pick it up a bit.
The people around Roy Rutherford believe he has what it takes to become a champion, and by that I guess they mean domestically initially.
He's trying to open up and be more aggressive here. But, you know, still could have done a lot more in that situation.
Third round. just 2 more to go. Giving away a lot of weight here, by the way, to Rutherford. Over 5 pounds, in fact, 9 stone 1 3/4 Rutherford, 9'7" Jones, and he's usually heavier than that. He usually operates as a lightweight. Not too snappy with that jab. Rutherford is out of range with it. Still early days for him, though, in the pros, really.
Yes, but I think one of the problems that he is, you know, inexperienced, but you know, he's 26, so you know, he hasn't really got a great deal of time if he's going to make an impression.
Oh, and there's one low there from Jones. A groan of discomfort from Rutherford. The abdominal protectors these days are very good. The fighters will tell you just as well, really. Still hitting the arms and gloves of Jones an awful lot here, Rutherford, really. And Jones just gaining in ambition a little.
Well, he just seems far too casual in his whole approach, Rutherford. He really needs to show more aggression.
But part of becoming a hardened pro over the fights, Glenn, and correct me if I'm wrong here, is getting the right kind of mental mindset, that hardness mentally of a professional fighter. He hasn't quite got that, you feel, yet?
No, he hasn't. I mean, you see the difference when you see a young fighter like a Michael Gomez, who's, you know, so mentally strong and wants it so badly, and then you see a completely different attitude from somebody like Rutherford.
Maybe Rutherford is still feeling the discomfort from that low blow. He could have taken a little bit longer. He was entitled to. Now he wants to trade with Jones. Heads coming dangerously close together at times in there. And in the past, cuts has been another of the many problems that Jones has faced. Well, some better action there in the 3rd round. There needed to be. Punches landed over the contest. Big advantage for Rutherford. Jones on the right there. Been in with Steve Murray, Richard Evett, another Coventry fighter. Stopped by them. Did go the distance with Brian Carr, the former British title contender.
There's the low blow, and that was a painful one for Rutherford.
It was a bit of an inexperienced thing for him to do, really, to carry on so quickly after that, wasn't it? He could have taken a little bit longer. He was entitled to longer.
Yes, but I mean, that really is just down to inexperience. Something, you know, he'll pick up in time.
Because he was, I think, in some pain for a while after. As you would be. Here's the 4th and last round of this one. Rutherford in the stripes, the emerging Coventry featherweight. Still at the 4 and 6 round stage. Yet to get much publicity or make much impact. I'm afraid you have to say that tonight's effort isn't going to advance things too much further for him, but there'll be time.
No, I mean, he's not really getting that much of a test, and I think, you know, he's not as motivated as he could be. And now I've got him winning everything on my card.
I suppose they might have had a bit of trouble matching him, and that's how he ended up fighting the fellow he'd beaten a year ago here. Looks like being exactly the same result too. Points decision for Rutherford.
fighting the wrong sort of fight here. He doesn't really need to be in there with Jones. That's giving Jones, you know, a bit of a chance. Rutherford has far better boxing skills.
He has been drawn into a little bit of toe-to-toe brawling, Rutherford. Quite strong though, Rutherford, there as he pushed Jones away from him.
Right! Step back. Step back.
He's trying hard here, Keith Jones. Only ever won 5 fights out of 39 in his career.
Rutherford getting through the few nice uppercuts inside there, just starting to mix it up a little bit.
Starting to get in with some heavy-looking hooks as well. Good pressure here from Rutherford in the final round. He's holding on now, Jones, desperately trying to buy time. Right uppercut, body shot to referee John Keane taking a close look. Jones needs to fire back, otherwise he's in danger of being stopped here now.
Well, this is a lot better now from Rutherford, showing some aggression finally.
Jones survives it well and throws a little right hand of his own. He was struggling for a while in that corner. Coming up to the last 20 seconds. Rutherford himself maybe a little punched out from the attack. All about the decision here. Roy Rutherford has dominated the contest. Jones has tried hard, but there won't be enough. Rutherford wins and makes it a neat 10 out of 10 so far. But only 3 by knockout. Verdict, Glenn?
Well, he's still got a lot to learn. He's a lot better in the last round, but you know, the first 3 out, to be brutally frank, I wasn't that impressed.
And there's the punch economy, which was poor really for both fighters there, under 20%. Only 67 of 337 landed by Rutherford, who has a way to go yet, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, referee John Keane has scored a contest for Jones of 37 points. For Rutherford, 40 points. Your winner, he's still undefeated from Coventry, Roy Rutherford. And let's show your appreciation for a very game boxer, as always. The pride of the valleys, Keith Jones.
So it's a comprehensive win for Rutherford, but not a particularly convincing performance.
Lots more to come live tonight here in Coventry. Next up, it will be Darren Corbett. You may remember him in his former career as the Commonwealth Cruiserweight champion, but he's lost a few pounds. Now he's a light heavyweight, and he's shown definite improvement in sharpness. He meets another of the local heroes, Neil Simpson of Coventry. That for the IBO's Intercontinental Light Heavyweight title, but it's a crossroads fight, more importantly, in the careers of both men. That's coming next live. First, some thoughts from Nicky Piper and Barry Jones on what we've seen from the youngster from Coventry, Rutherford. Barry, first.
I thought technically he was very good, but he looked a bit complacent. But I think Glenn McCrory summed it up. It was the motivation factor. He fought Keith before. It was, you know, he knew the win was in the bag, if you like, and he just seemed to be, you know, not committed enough for trying to put pressure on the guy. But the skills there, I think.
Is he a man ready to step up and be tested at a higher level?
No, I don't think so. Although, in fairness, his knockout record is not that great, but then he's only been boxing mostly 4-rounders. So it's the chance to knock people out is not that great in 4-rounders. But no, I think he needs to gain a bit more zip in his punches and not mix it up so much. But he's a good boxer, one for the future.